Yo, what up, YouTube? It is your boy HB Clips, aka Pretty Boy Array. You feel me? We back in the building. I've been telling y'all I'm gonna try to be consistent. You feel me? So I just got out of work, took off all my clothes. I have pants on though. Don't question me. Just trust me. I got pants on. There's no turbulence over here. I don't even know if y'all the mic picked that up, but if it didn't, that is makes shit look very very awkward. But today we are going to be reacting to a Chris Bumstead video. I was looking for stuff to react to and I didn't really see much of none. I was thinking about doing the Jesse James West top 10 exercises to build muscle with Chris Bumstead, but then I saw this one on the side of that one, so I was like, this seems like an interesting topic. It is called How to Actually Change Your Life by Chris Bumstead. And if you don't know who Chris Bumstead is, he's basically like Mr. Olympia champion for like multiple years, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, let's just get right into the video, you feel me?
He was asking me, not really asking me, but declaring that he felt lost. He had no direction in life. He's 20 years old. He sees me. I seem to have a clear path of where I'm headed, and he doesn't know what to do.
Bruh, okay, hold up. Bro, of course he's 30 years old. Of course and he's a fucking Mr. Olympia champion. Of course he has direction in his life. Like, bro, you're 20 years old, bro. Don't try being too hard on yourself, bro. You gotta live in the moment. A lot of times we forget to live in the moment because we always too busy thinking about the future and success and all this. But you really find success by living in the moment, because the moment's gonna tell you what you need to do to get to where you wanna go. You feel me? But if you're so worried about the future and tomorrow and next year, and you're not paying attention to right now, you're not really gonna do nothing.
Got me thinking about a lot of things. Let me be clear, when I was 20 years old, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing either.
Exactly.
But it really got me thinking about a lot of avenues. I've heard that a lot. You know, I've had a lot of conversations with people at events or DMs or whatever it may be, of people saying things like this, and it's not a rare occurrence. And I feel like every generation has had their fair share of challenges. In the past, I feel like it was a little bit more physical, obvious ones like war, poverty, disease, crazy shit, which I know still exists in our world currently. But by and large, I feel like America as a whole, on average, the younger generation, their problem isn't finding comfort in hard times, but in avoiding too much comfort and too much pleasure. And I feel like the odds are heavily stacked against the younger generation, because I mean, first of all, there's billions and billions and billions of dollars of research going into how to make a phone, social media, anything highly addictive, and we're given that, giving kids at like 8 years old, they have them in school, bring them around everywhere in their pocket.
Just 8, boy. There's kids that be knowing how to use a phone by the time they hit 2 years old. They be on Coco Melon and YouTube,
social media,
just watching
like crazy
kid videos
of, like, do drugs,
Miss Rachel and all of them.
Girls do all this shit, and it's like absolutely absurd in my opinion. And I think the ability to abstain from doing the easy pleasurable thing that's right in front of you and picture a life that you can dream of, asking yourself if a better version of yourself exists, what that version of yourself is, picturing the plan to get there, and actually starting and executing on that plan, I think is such a rare thing right now, and so hard for people to stop and even think about, given the constant distraction there is in their life. And that's what made me want to ask this kid. I was like, do you believe a better version of yourself exists?
See, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier. We too focus on the future that we forget to come back. Like, it's okay to choose a goal and to set a plan for the future, but if you don't come back to the present to execute that plan, you're just gonna be planning or choosing a goal your whole life. Like, you gotta make the plan and get back into reality. Don't worry about getting there. Worry about the moment and the journey. You feel me? You gotta love the journey more than you love the destination.
I'll get into that, but it really got me thinking a lot about role models. Like, the idea of a role model, and thinking about how when I was young, I had everything so wrong, and I didn't really have a role model in my life helping me. Don't get me wrong, my dad was incredible, but he wasn't really like in my face, on my case, in my job, knowing what I was doing. He was from a different generation. He wasn't close to my age or hadn't recently gone through anything I was going through. And I full transparency, was a dumb kid. I thought it was cool to party, to not try in school, to do drugs, to chase after girls, to do all these things. My friends literally thought it was cool to like, and it's funny because like, my brain is still kind of wired to be like, yeah, it's fun, you know, of course it is. And people probably listen to probably feel the same way, but to like think of going out and drinking and chasing after girls with no like connection or value for who the person is, to not value your education when you're sitting there doing it, be wasting
Nah,
time
facts.
in education of which I didn't even know where it was leading me because I didn't think about what I wanted my future to be. I was just following the path that was put in front of me. To have all these things in front of me that I didn't have someone look at me and be like, do you want to be like a better man? Do you want to be a man, period? Because what I was doing was what boys do. You know, like playing video games and chasing after girls, thinking it's cool to do all these things rather than building meaningful relationships, working on making myself a better, well-rounded, more educated man to be prepared for.
I'm not gonna lie, that's always been my mentality on like relationships and all that. I've always valued cherishing and building a strong connection with somebody over just being with anybody, and that goes for my friends as well. Like I've always valued friends that I could be deeply connected to over friends that I'm just like, yo, like, oh, you getting on the game, like, you feel me?
Taking care of a family and being the man that a woman that I respect would want to even be with. You know, I didn't have anyone kind of in my face being like, what the fuck do you want to do with your life? Who do you want to be with your life? Asking me if I wanted to be exceptional. You know, if you ask the average kid, do you want to be exceptional? Do you want to do something great with your life? The answer is usually yes.
Yeah.
But their actions very rarely align with it. And I feel like I didn't have anyone. You don't need someone. The responsibility lies within yourself ultimately, always. But I do believe that like a role model could be a huge asset for pushing yourself to ask these hard questions and being like, if you want to be exceptional, what you're doing right now is average or even below average. And if you want to continue to be average or below average your whole life, then continue doing this. But you need to make a serious change and start doing hard shit and letting go of the easy shit, the comfortable, pleasurable shit. Abstain from that to make a better version of yourself. I didn't have someone really asking me that. It's kind of scary now that like social media, because we don't have role models in our real life, so many people I believe, and now social media is such a vast array of like.
He definitely got it. Like he hit the nail on the head with that one. Like that is a fact. Like everybody wants to be great. Everybody wants to be the best. Everybody wants to be number one. But you rarely see people put that dedication towards that goal that they have. And in some areas, I sometimes also lack in that. For example, my inconsistency with the videos. Even though videos isn't the only thing I want to do in life, and I feel like even if I'm not doing videos, I've been doing stuff to progress to where I want to be in life. But this is one thing that I told myself like I wanted to do, but then I wasn't doing it. And I really was making the excuse of not having time, but I've really been trying to force myself to at least just record one video a day.
Who do we
You
look
feel
up
me?
to? The one with the most followers. You're young, you get on social media. If at that time the realm you fall into is people who are promoting gambling, sex, drugs, and it sounds like trite to even say those words, but people are literally like smoking weed, promoting gambling, and talking about how to get girls, how to sleep with girls, casually, on social media.
Bro, talking about the
And I
red pill
really think,
community.
as a whole, all those things hurt men more than they benefit them. It doesn't make you cool. It just kind of takes away from
They do. It backtracks you.
genuine, real values in life. So essentially, trying not to ramble too much, this kid asked me that question the many times I've been asked. It really got me just thinking about wanting to share that when I was young, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, and I didn't have a role model. And falling into the wrong role model can get yourself into a bad position. But someone being able to ask you, what do you want with your life? Do you believe a better version of yourself exists? And take responsibility to take that in action. And the reason that question to ask yourself is, do you believe a better version of yourself exists? Is because if you say yes, you are admitting that you have faith. You have faith that a better version of yourself exists. And the only way to move forward in life is by starting and just taking action. There's no book or a 12-step program or perfect way that it's going to organize things. And this sounds super trite to say, I know everyone
Facts.
knows that, but people still don't.
That's where I was going with the living in the moment thing. Like, bro, you could set a plan, but you can't plan for life, bro. Life is so unexpected. Life is gonna slap you. It's all about just discipline and in that moment being like, this is what I gotta do to get to this spot. this is what I gotta do to get there. It's not about like a plan. Anything and you make a plan for life, you could bet 9 times out of 10 things are not gonna go according to plan, bro.
Do it. Awareness.
You gotta freestyle it type shit.
Action is all that matters. But what you need for action, sometimes people are like, what do you need for action? Well, you need faith. And if you believe a better version of yourself,
I feel in faith.
You already have faith. So, as a young man, speaking to most young men, you need to have faith a better version of yourself exists. You need to take responsibility for your own life into your own hands.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely you're not going to have a role model following you, telling you what to do, asking you these hard questions and pushing you in the right direction. You need to be the one to do that. So where the fuck do you start? Easiest thing to do, look in your life, see the things that are easy, that everybody is doing. What in your life is like calls towards you, that you can just feel as a vice? When you're checking your phone all the time, playing video games, eating shitty food, doing all things, what calls to you that makes you want to do it that everyone else is also called to, and avoid those things. And just by avoiding those things, you're already going to be ahead of everyone else who's stuck into those things.
You see, I thought what he was gonna say, like do it, like, but now I see what he's trying to say. He's trying to say, like, for example, parties, the weed, like drugs in general, like just meaningless flings and all that. Like, if everybody's called to that, do the opposite of that. And while everybody else is slacking, you basically working, so you kind of guaranteeing that you gonna get somewhere.
Sit down and
feel me?
Define the values that are important to you. You can start with like an ideal person that you want to be, defining those values. Actually think about that strictly. Like, if you say you're going to do something, do it. Be a man of your word. You're not going to succumb to the easy pleasures. You're going to value delayed gratification over easy gratification. You're going to respect every single person that you meet. You're not going to lie. You're not going to bullshit. You're going to work hard. If you're going to do something, you're going to do it with intention rather than half-assing it and just be like, oh, at least showing up's half the job. Like, you need to declare how you want to show up into the world and then stick to those things and just start taking action. And the first
he's cooking right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
Let's
put this up.
do some hard shit.
Yeah, okay.
And that's also why I really love the gym, because
but the camera focused on his hands, not on him.
Putting your mouth versus what you don't put in your mouth requires discipline. Going to the gym when you're tired and working hard requires discipline. And when you show your mind what your body can do by doing hard things and the progress that comes from that, it gives you a bit of momentum where you can start to see and think about things more clearly and start applying that same discipline to other areas of your life. None of it might make sense in the beginning, but I truly believe if you're at least trying to define your values, if you get them wrong, they'll evolve. If you create a path for yourself and you go the wrong way, you will still learn, and then you can create a new path from what you've learned.
Yeah, readjust.
Sitting down, absorbing comfort constantly.
You readjust the path when you get. That's what I was saying. Like, that's why I keep stressing the living in the moment thing, bro. Like, life is gonna knock you off that path that you have set, but as long as you in that moment, you could realign yourself with your path. Just learn the lesson in it.
So realize that you already have faith in yourself. Take responsibility for your own life, because no one's going to take it for you. Define who you want to become, the values that are going to get you there, and just start by doing something. That's all I got to say. And then the rest will come. I promise you. If you guys actually put the right effort into it and you're not spending your time absorbing bullshit, the rest will come. With all that being said, my AC is starting to die on me in this car, and it is fucking hot as shit out. And I'm sitting outside my gym, ranting before going to work out. So it's shoulders and arms. It's a beautiful Saturday. I may have some French toast after this workout. So if you bared with me through this rant, let's go work out.
Let's do it. Wait, is the rest of the video just him working out?
How long I just ranted in the car. So we jump into this workout. I'm still doing really high volume giant sets.
Alright, so I'm gonna watch the rest of this video on my own time because it's just him working out, and I don't know if that is something y'all want to see, but definitely check out the rest of his video and his other videos. Chris Bumstead, he's a GOAT right there. If y'all ain't know who Chris Bumstead was, he is a GOAT, bruh. But let me know down below in the comment section anything that y'all took away from this video, or any questions that you may have that I may not be able to answer, but I'll try my best. And if I don't know how to answer, maybe somebody else who also goes to the comment section will be able to answer the question for you. But just be yourself, stay motivated, and stay blessed. And I hope y'all have a great night. Peace.